Hello.
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 Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Are we audible?
Hello.
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 Yeah, let's run around and check our frame rate too.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just want to make sure that everything is functioning as it should be. I mean, obviously that includes things like the mic and audibility and whether or not the stream is functional. Because we had that one little hiccup the last time we streamed. I don't even know if you remember, where the stream just cut out.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, I was reminded when I was saving it. I was like, oh god, I'd completely forgotten about that.
I'm checking the functionality of my glasses real quick.
So we should be fine. I'm not seeing any drops in the frames. I haven't reached the staircase where we see all of the frame drops, but it's looking fine.
Ah, we're audible. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
So,
Okay.
before
Yeah,
you
we look
go
fine.
into Halloween stuff, I
Okay.
have something I would like you to try.
Alrighty.
If it doesn't work the first time, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
But do a check.
First I'm going to do this.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So I think it doesn't matter how you do it, but go to the ancient forest. Expedition, investigation, who cares? Just
Okay.
go in there. Start at the first camp.
Ancient Forest Camp 1?
You got the ghillie hood in your stuff, right?
I actually don't know if I do. You probably should have mentioned that to begin with.
Oh, well,
but
you can
that's
just
fine. I
pop
can just
into the
change it when we
tent.
get in there, yeah. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can notice my throat's a little not so great today.
I can't tell.
I was trying to sing in the car earlier today, and I realized that it was not so great because I couldn't hit any notes that weren't exactly this here, right now, exactly as I sound.
Do you want to sing now and see how it is?
No, I'd rather not.
Yeah,
I got the
ghillie
ghillie
mantle.
mantle.
Okay, so go on towards the Aptonoth and try not to spook them. Because
The Aptonoth, you mean?
Yes. So there is a thing that we've seen a couple of times where it's like we didn't notice till too late, but there was like birds sitting on one
those
of
are
these
super rare
surfboards.
spawns, though.
I've caught them on both my accounts now.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, those are typically really, really rare. You're probably super lucky if you got them on both accounts.
Yeah, but you know. Okay, you would have been able to see them by now
Yeah,
on these
I'm
guys,
super
but
not
there's a
seeing
few
them
other
all.
guys. But then, once you've checked them, go to... Can I see the map?
Yeah?
So you're going to want to go next to... Go up. I can't find the number. Up.
Up.
To 8.
Over to 8.
Yeah. That general area, Aptonoth, hang out there.
Okay.
And if this doesn't work, that's fine. We'll try it again later, because it is rare.
Okay.
Also,
That's
there's
fair.
great sushi fish, which you can get sometimes in this little fishing area, but that's less cool.
Yeah, I
They're just
feel
big
like those
sushi
aren't
fish.
quite that great. I think I've gotten great sushi fish before. I'm not
I don't
even
know.
sure.
Oh shit, pilot hair. Hell yeah, you need that fucking rat.
Yeah.
You need him.
Okay, let's see. So what I want to do is this. And then I want to do this.
Yes.
Got it.
I think that's your first one.
Yeah, it is. That's my first pilot hair.
I have 4.
Neat.
Uh,
I'm going the wrong way.
yeah. They are super cute, a little bit bigger than the regular hairs.
Okey-doke.
And I don't know, there's just something nice about having a bunch of pink noodle rats.
They do look super cute, I'll admit.
Yeah. Plus now you can say you have one.
Yeah. The stream today, by the way, for people who are curious, is mostly going to be like just getting Halloween cat armor, but also I guess we're doing pets a little bit anyway.
I'm making you do pets.
Yeah, you're kind of making me do pets, but that's
Yes. You're going in a real weird direction
should
for
I
this.
go to
You
the
can warp
right
to a
over here?
camp that's in 8.
Or I could take this path. Oh, that's not a path. What am I talking about? Okay.
Yeah, no, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
maybe I
little
could just warp
nooks
there
like
then.
that.
All
Oh, there's a
right, then.
Radian over in 8.
I don't
That's
care.
great.
Although it probably killed the Aptonoth already, so maybe I should care.
Well, you can kill
let's see.
or was a Rathalos. Did I say
Ra-
Radian?
Yeah, you said Radian. Was
Yeah.
it a Rathalos? I
yeah,
didn't even notice.
it looks like a Rathalos.
Eh.
Well, either way, hopefully it hasn't landed and destroyed everything.
It may have.
Oh, hi, Deviljho.
What up, Deviljho?
Oh, they're fighting. Go look.
I am wearing
Threat
my,
level Antonath.
my hood. So.
Puke Puke's here. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Puke versus Rathalos. I think that's a pink Rathalos, or just a
yeah,
generic
it's
Rathalos.
Rathalos.
I almost thought it was a pink Radiant for a second, but yeah,
Nah.
it looks like it's Rathalos versus Puke, and
He totally killed the Aptonaut.
he's just leaving.
There's some Jagras up in that tree screaming.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Well,
there's
I'm
no
glad-
Aptonaut in...
Oh,
Oh, no,
there's
there
one.
they are. That, by the way, is just a thing that spawns in sometimes for the monster. That doesn't have to come from an actual
Yeah,
Aptonaut.
I've seen those come from something killing something, but yeah, they don't.
I just
have
want to
to
let you know ahead of time. They can just spawn in out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, ghillie suit's off. Whoops.
Oh well. Oh, do you want to take a shot at him, or do you want to leave?
Take a shot at...
Deviljho?
Oh, I mean, not really.
Hi, Fapneys. We just got here.
I don't have any reason to take a shot at Deviljho, to be honest. Not right exactly now.
Yeah, and I mean it's an expedition, so he could easily just leave at any time and not.
can.
He won't give a shit.
Although, look at him trying to bite at them birds. That was adorable, actually.
Yeah, is that just his shortcut?
Yeah,
just
that's
a
his shortcut.
He
He takes that one. I can't follow him there.
That's fine.
I've heard that he takes some shortcuts that make him look like absolutely majestic. Oh, there it is. That's the shortcut.
Oh shit!
Check that shit out.
I'm glad we got to see this.
Yeah, look at him continue to go. Like he just jumps from stone
Wait,
to
is he
stone.
gonna end up in the camp?
No, I don't think the camp is over there.
Yeah, the camp is like I mean, I don't think
Oh,
he can go in the camp.
He dropped all the way down.
He can't go in the camp, but this is the path.
I guess it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just right outside the camp then. He's over in that direction, so that's not quite the camp. I'm gonna guess he's probably in like the first zone. Yeah, he's in the very first zone.
Great.
With all the Aptonoth and everything else in it.
Well, that's good, because I was worried he had gotten a taste for Handler and decided to come back for more.
I wasn't that worried.
Oh man, there's this little nook that I never remember.
Yeah, there's really
this
not
is where
anything
you
in here.
start when you start the game.
The actual game, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
extra space.
Have you noticed he has a lot of the vultures following him around at all times?
Oh man, I remember that being mentioned somewhere in the game as a thing.
Yeah.
Like that they'll follow a big monster because they think they're going to get food
like
afterwards.
easy food, yeah.
But like I've never noticed it actually happen.
Yeah, they totally follow around Deviljho. That's so cool. I didn't notice that either until just now. That's super neat. I like it.
Makes him look a little
off
bit
this
more
broken-ass
of
mantle.
an ill omen of like fucking death.
Why? Because other
He's-
things are eating food that he leaves behind?
That he's being swarmed by vultures that accompany him everywhere. Old shipped fang? It's so much extra stuff there though.
Yeah.
Weird.
Let's see. These are really just footprints. I kind of don't need these because I'm not getting any more points off of him anyway.
You're just kind of, well, you're getting research points, but it's 10 apiece.
I mean, I'm not getting the, like, levels or anything.
Yeah. You've got him as tracked as you can have him, I guess. This is kind of funny, though, just watching him do his thing.
Yeah, he's so calm when he's not actually fighting things, but if you get a good look at his face, he is always super pissed off. Like, even when there's nothing else going on, even when he shouldn't be angry, he is incredibly angry for no reason.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, well, like, he's got such a mad
Aw.
little face.
These poor Aptonoth, who also don't have birds, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Or if they
I'm
did,
looking
they're
at all of them,
gone.
and I'm not seeing any birds at all.
Yeah, I pretty sure I spotted some flying off of an what's it called, an Apsaros in the waste, so that's a thing that happens.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
fine.
we've done some
We've done some stuff. Let's go
tourism.
back to the stuff.
Yeah, it's something we can check on now and again just to see if we can get some of them birds, which are called downy crakes. They're fluffy as hell. They look like kiwis on stilts.
Yeah,
They
also
make a lot of peeps.
I agree with chat. He is super adorable when he does that. The little feet wiggles are just absolutely the cutest. When he's jumping
Yeah.
from place to place and he's like in the air.
He's
Like he's trying to do a Luigi flutter jump for some weird reason.
He's a big party boy. Anytime you
He's
watch
a
him
big
do anything,
pickle.
it's fun. So,
Oh, jeez.
we're just gonna let this decide.
Yeah,
Oh, Legiana.
So, field event research challenge, Legiana, and just the general limited bounty. So that's going to be high rank Legiana, 1 challenge, and 2 events, which is a generic thing that they keep throwing at me. Let's look at the events, because it looked like they had added something, and I want to see what it was.
In the login bonus screen with the news, those were ones that are normally there. Well, they've been there for the whole
okay,
the
then
thing.
I'm just dumb.
That's fine. It's.
I thought I saw a weird one. Oh god, I keep skipping over it.
All right, find one with the high rank Legiana if you can.
I'll make an attempt.
There is such.
Let's see. Flesh Cleave Bone, Kieran, Poison Posse, Gaze Upon Dawn, Scrapping with the Shamos, Relish the Moment.
Still not high enough to get that one.
Yeah, it's 50, and I'm not even 40 yet.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Recess. Also, this is it's the purple tinged Deviljho, so it's the
tempered.
Yeah, tempered Deviljho, which could potentially be significantly stronger than like anything else we've ever fought.
Oh yeah, that's why they're not letting you try it yet.
Waltz. This one has a Legiana, but I'm not into fighting 4 monsters. You know what? 2 of them weren't that bad.
Yeah, 2 of them are small potatoes.
Maybe I'll go for that one. It's a little small potatoes, you're right, but it might be worth it.
If you want a tempered one.
Came across a couple of truly terrifying monsters in the Coral Highlands. Thought you might be interested.
I mean, I'm interested, but I don't know if you want to do that.
I mean, while gathering samples, I noticed a number of rare tracks. They need a capable hunter.
That one's also hunter rank 50, despite being a gathering
yeah, I know.
thing.
While gathering samples, I noticed a number of tracks. You know what?
There's going to be like 20 Deviljhos just to surprise you.
I want to just see it. I want to see how many Deviljhos are in this one particular area.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the Ancient Forest, so you can do another Aptonoth check. Just if you see them, take a look.
Though, because it occurs to me that I didn't do that before I left. I could probably add a shock trap to this, and that would be fine. And then manage items again. Do this. And I should be good to go. Pretty sure. I got the Gilly Mantle, and I've got... Oh, you know what? I could probably eat before I go, though. Let's see. Because I have the Gilly Mantle on, though, and I've got... my other one, I think, is the Bandit Mantle, which is the one that I typically have just for the Pirate Gold.
Yeah, which I don't think you're going to need, but whatever. Maybe you'll just decide... What are you doing?
I took a wrong turn.
Yeah. Maybe you'll just decide to kill a Jagras and watch all the gold fall out, because you do that.
I mean, maybe. It is kind of funny.
Speaking of eating, I was playing yesterday and went into an SOS mission.
Yes.
Someone was doing an arena fight for... I don't even remember what the monsters were. So I went in and then was like, oh, I didn't eat. Let me just eat real quick. And the other people on the SOS team beat the mission while I was in the middle of the food cutscene.
That's pretty fun.
What's great is that means that my mission complete window where they give you the little
was
screenshot.
Just you eating?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so be real gentle. Tiptoe nicely.
I didn't even hit that one, and it looked like I staggered it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just flinched at you, I guess.
Yeah, it just flinched as soon as I walked near it.
So I'm pretty sure there's no time or weather requirements for these things.
This is for the herb. Okay, that's fine. I'm not seeing any birds on these 3. Are you?
No. Try to the right.
Yeah, well, I know that there's these last guys over here.
I don't know if it matters, but the times I've successfully managed to get them, they've been on babies, but that might be coincidence.
Could be coincidence.
It's super cute though, a baby Aptonoth with like 7 birds on his back.
Little birds just hanging out on him.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 birds every time. Okay, so tempered Anjanath.
I don't know. Oh,
Did you
hey, I
just
picked
pick
up
up
a scale.
Weird.
I don't think that the monsters that are showing up in here are actually in this area, by the way. Like, I could be wrong. But the way that it was described, it sounds like this is literally just go in and collect footprints.
So that you can track a
so
tempered
that you can
Anjanath really
track
well.
them later or something like that, perhaps.
Yeah, I've been on investigations for like shitty things like
What's that? Oh,
Vespoids,
that's a plant.
and happened to find like threat level whatever Jagras footprints. Then killed the first Jagras I saw. It was not tempered.
No. I think if you find like the the monster footprints or whatever for weird monsters in areas, I think they're not going to show up. I think once you hit a certain thresh level, you just get them for investigations if you have found them out in the world normally.
Okay. Yeah, that works. It means I'm not going to suddenly run into a shiny and not be able to catch it.
Yeah, sometimes when you're filling up that bar, sometimes you totally do get like, oh, well, my scatterflies, or my scoutflies rather, are now telling me, oh yeah, there's a tempered one in the area and it's over there. But unless they kind of tell you that it's there, I think it's most of the time you're just collecting footprints for something that isn't there. Oh, hey.
Hi.
More Anjanath footprints. These tempered Anjanath footprints.
If he's not here, it's real weird because he left a lot of foot.
He left a ton of feet.
Yeah.
Swarmed with Anjanath feet here.
Yeah, remember your actual goal here is for shroom caps, and those are like further into the forest.
I'm aware.
Yeah. You're just checking everywhere
I wanted to
for
check
foot.
these things for those birds, but the Anjanath aren't here, so.
Yeah, I don't know if the Kestodon can have them.
No, I thought I saw Anjanath over there the last time we were here, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or sorry, not Anjanath. Aptonoth.
Oh, I think that's a place they can go. Like down by the water, though?
Yeah, but I'm
not
wondering
sure.
if maybe they have to be forced there by another monster.
Possibly.
Because that could be it.
Yeah.
Another
Man,
wiggly lychee.
This is a direction in the forest. Oh, hey.
Ooh,
Tempered Toby.
Tempered Toby.
Which you've already fought.
Yes, I have. In fact, I've killed a Tempered Toby.
Yeah.
Or captured. I don't even remember which one.
I don't remember. But yeah, like this is a section of the forest I rarely see from this angle, and every time I do, it's like I'm discovering it for the first time. Like, oh shit, look at this magical tree path.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
looks
oh
so
wait,
weird.
it's just the same area, but from the left.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of weird points in this forest where it's like, I will take a turn and be like, oh my god, have I never been here? And then I'll realize, oh no, I've been here 1,000 times. I just enter it from the other direction.
Yeah, but it feels like that's the intent of the area, and they execute it really well. Like, there's a lot of times when that would be absolutely shitty. If this were a building, like if there were hallways and you couldn't tell which one you'd been down, it would be infuriating.
Yeah.
But a forest, it's like, that kind of just feels like how a forest should work. Especially a forest full of dragons.
Also, people might call me mean, but I totally and completely agree with Fapney's, which was when we were talking about the Deviljho having the taste for hunter.
For handler?
Yeah, for handler, sorry. Deviljho said, he can have her. And it's
Deviljho said he
yeah, you
can
know
have
what?
her.
No, Fapney's said Deviljho can have her, though. And I
Fapney's
agree.
the Deviljho.
I agree.
No, I don't think that we should encourage the Deviljho eating humans.
Maybe not, but, I don't really
We don't
care.
want that to be a habit. Because they'll come after the rest of us next. Because Oh, hey, we got a Gajalica. But, like, Oh, wait, is it not?
No, it's not on our team.
Okay.
They're fighting us.
Okay. No, she was saying that a Gajalica's up there so that you can catch something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, instead of
Wait,
the cats, sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's never let Deviljhos eat people.
We
seems
should
bad.
we should
They'll do
probably
it.
fight the idea, but I mean, we don't always have control over that,
Well, you can just fight the Deviljho.
I mean, sure, but sometimes it's not as good an idea to fight the Deviljho.
Well, I thought you were like a supreme hunter. Ooh.
Tempered Rathalos.
Neat.
Tempted Rathalos.
Tempted Rathalos is when it tries to eat you.
It's a tempted Rathalos.
Oh,
Tempered
shit.
Basil Goose, rather. Fuck.
Yeah, just everything here.
Threat level 2.
That's a thing?
I guess.
I didn't
That's what
even
it
realize.
says. Threat level 2 purples.
Fapney's has accepted that he is a Deviljho.
Yeah, that's fine.
The food chain dominator, that is you. We're just gonna stick with that.
Let's see. I thought I was hearing things, but it's just the more wyvern egg alerts. This aren't really useful.
The scout flies doing their little bell chime thing.
Yeah. They're just trying to get my attention to let me know that there's, wyvern eggs there.
Yeah, they'll do that for friggin' everything.
They do that for... Well, they literally do it for everything.
Yeah, if there's a mandragora there you might want to pick up.
Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah, it's just a good idea, because you tend to need those.
Yeah, I tend to run out of them, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
What?
It occurred to me yesterday, I'm pretty sure I never actually caught the butterflies in here.
Well, it's a good idea to do so.
I don't actually know if I did.
Yeah, but, like, extra points doesn't hurt.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I agree.
It costs very little time.
Yeah.
No, very
berry
little
I've
effort.
got enough of. Oh, where'd that one go?
Huh?
I saw the scout flies went off blue. Oh, okay, they went this way.
I don't know.
Are they going downstairs? They must be going downstairs.
God, that's confusing.
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever. Why would you set it up like this?
Yeah, their pathfinding will sometimes just decide that they no-clip. Like,
yeah, I don't know why it needs to be that way. All right, now I'm going to go looking for those shroom caps already because I'm sick and tired of doing this. Those are going to be in the zone that's just outside of where you find, like, tzitzi-ya-ku and stuff, right?
Yeah, that general area. The Puke's little garden and the little twists and turns near it.
Yeah. See if I can figure out where that is without looking at the map. I probably can't.
You won't.
Probably never will.
Yeah. It's hard as balls, even if you do know what you're doing.
Super difficult for no reason.
Well, I mean, it's just regular difficult normally.
Let's see. Is it this one? I think it's this one. And I think there's a little drop off that I have to take.
Daphne's, you put the butterflies in your room? I don't have the butterflies anywhere right now because I need my fancy room to have 4 pilot hairs and then like 4 downy crakes and I put out as many rare things as possible. But I might have to swap one of them out to make sure I have a wiggler out because I don't have a wiggler in my room right now, and that feels
that's
bad.
Sacrilege. You got to put the wiggler
Yeah,
out.
I know. I need to put him back.
How dare you?
I may start doing little arbitrary runs into the Highlands in order to try and get... Oh, he's on the ground. They don't do that often. There's a rare one of those that's got like a red head and a dark blue body, by the way.
Weird.
I don't have it. I just know it exists.
Huh.
But I might do like some nighttime expeditions into the Highlands in order to get the Wiggler Queen. Apparently she only shows up at night.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
I thought she could show up at any time. I was vaguely aware of that from like the start. Whenever we were talking about stuff. Yeah. Like I've been vaguely aware of the fact that there is a pink Wiggler. I didn't know like that she only showed up at night though. That's actually news to me.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Neat.
Yeah, I'm eventually going to try and get everything, but a lot of them are like, you go here, and then you don't find it, you reset. You go here, you don't find it, you just keep going in and out of Stop it!
I'm sorry, I thought he was a gatherable item.
No, you didn't. And
Sure
he
I did.
is, but you didn't gather him. You could have with the net, which is equipped to you right now.
No it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
Anyways, you should probably try heading north a bit.
Well, I got 3 of them here.
Yeah.
I was just looking around because usually they have more than just one collection point for those mushrooms in this area.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but I know there's a few going north.
I'm going to go ahead and check the map real quick, just to make absolutely sure.
Yeah, there'll be question marks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they're not here. So you said going north?
There's normally a few.
I'm not seeing any over here either.
What the heck?
There might be one here.
There's one, yeah.
Yeah. So that is a little bit to the north. But it's like only one. This area usually has way more in here.
You're not going north. There you go.
I was trying to navigate a tree.
It looked like you were trying to veer off to the side. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I was trying to go around a tree. Is it that little pocket that you're thinking of?
That might be it. On the map, it looked like there were more question marks. They could have been bone piles, though.
Yeah, they might be. Let me find this one real quick, and then I'll...
There it is, to the left.
I know. I also found the Puke Puke footprints, so I gotta get these.
Yeah, this is just the pet catching and foot sniffing quest.
You know what? I don't think you're wrong. That's the sad part. I am pretty sure that this quest exists primarily just for you to pick up as many, like, research points as possible.
Yeah, it's basically just this is just, it's not even deliver shroom caps, it's deliver foot sniffs.
A little bit. Gross.
You're being told in chat to stop bullying George the 13th.
No, I refuse.
He's the best BlazBlue character, and you need to respect him. Sooner or later, you're gonna get caught in the Paratoad fumes, and you'll get real mad, and it'll be your own fault.
I have gotten caught in them before. There have been entire episodes where, like, I get pissed off because I get caught in their fumes.
Then just don't bully.
It happens.
Go up. Like, go back a little.
Up?
Yeah, in the corner. There's a little corner there. Turn around. Turn your camera completely around. Is there anything in this little...
Nah.
Huh. Is that a higher level?
Yeah, it has to be up above.
Okay. Thankfully, they just stuck this here.
Probably specifically just so that you can come in here and do this.
There is two. I see it over on the other wall. Yeah.
Yep. I'm probably going to get all of them out of this one, though. No, I'm one short. Oh, wow.
There's also...
Gonna get these shimmering bones first.
This is also a fishing point if you were to look down.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would suggest casting your net in if you see anything down there, just to see. The other side has stuff too.
Yeah, fair enough.
See. A bomb marijuana.
Bomb marijuana.
I've gotten golden fry out of here.
Huh. Oh, this is a bad angle.
It is. Also, I think maybe they've run. Because you've already cast in once.
Yeah, it seems like it. That's unfortunate.
What you doing with these guys?
I'm going to catch this fly.
Okay, that's good.
And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the last thing.
I'm interested to see how many research points you've gotten from this.
It seemed like a lot. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like I picked up an awful lot of feet.
Oh yeah, but it's like 10 points at a time, so I'm wondering how many it adds up to.
I don't know. Some.
Yeah, some.
I also picked up a bunch of gourmet shrooms, which tend to be worth a
few, yeah.
decent amount of, not experience.
It might as well be experience sometimes.
It's currency experience.
Kinda. So let's see.
I got a quality bone, an ancient bone, a beta bug, a blue mushroom.
So that's all just whatevers.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have bitter bugs. You run out of them sometimes.
Yeah, a couple dragon bone relics, quality bone. Oops, wrong button. 588.
Dang, pretty good.
It's okay. Could be better.
I mean, that's almost a full tail raider.
Yeah. But with the Argosy import, that means I need to spend all of them right now.
You don't need the cash. You need the research points.
I know, but he's got shiny objects.
They're not even shiny. They don't have an in-world model. They're just icons of a rock, and they're not, like, some of them are gray and some of them are green. They're not shiny.
It's fine.
Some of them are like pelts. Yeah, you do.
Well, I was thinking about it, and it's like, oh wait, I forgot. Some of the bounties require you to turn in research points as well.
Oh, that's true. That's the thing you were working on.
Yeah. So I'll get one, and that's fine. But you know.
Yeah, it's deliveries that you're thinking of.
No, I know it is. Okay. And I think I need torrent sacks for the one that I have active.
You couldn't fucking get those.
Yeah, because they're from high rank Gyrototus, and it's like, oh, fuck Gyrototus, it's awful, and I hate it.
Well, it's not that bad, it's just that it wasn't dropping.
This one here. Yeah. Just torrent sacks.
Well, I will say that the Gyrototus weapons, I'm not sure if there's a great sword, but like the switch axe works really nice. It's got water element on it.
I think there is for Gyrototus, and it's one of only 2 great swords with water element, if I remember correctly.
I genuinely, like, it's one of two that I switch between. The other is Thunder Element, and they're both great. So if you have the option, I mean, you'll, you know, have something else to work towards if you have to fight a bunch of Gyarados.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Yeah. Although first, challenges.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we should probably go upstairs and check out challenges real quick. Gathering Hub.
Oh, Gathering Hub. I figured it out. So, when I mentioned last time that there's an extra room in the Gathering Hub, no one knew what I was talking about. It is your house. It is the final level fancy room.
Yep, we looked it up.
Yeah, but if you've achieved that room, this other thing disappears because they take what's down there, they blow out the wall so you have that garden area, and they refurbish it into a bedroom. Before that, it looks like a church.
Yeah, and what I really hate is that there's stuff in the church that's unique to the church. Like, there's a whole book full of lore in there.
Yeah, you
and
get
it is
the Tale of
completely
the Five.
lost. It's lost forever if you don't get it before it happens.
I mean, unless I'm missing something, they don't even give you the book in your room.
No, they don't. The book's not in your room.
Like it's a book sitting on a pew, and it's like just church pews, just like a 3 and 3, like just in a row. And at the end, there's like a gong sitting on a stand for some reason. And apparently, sometimes NPCs can show up in there, but they didn't when I went in. But there's just a book sitting on one of the pews, and it just gives you the Tale of the Five, and it's a creation myth. And it's basically just...
It's weird.
In the beginning, there was people and there were dragons and nothing else. And the people asked the dragons why the world sucked. And then the dragons barfed out the world and then, like, went to sleep.
I like that your description is actually pretty spot on. It's literally, they asked what's up and the dragons went bleh, and then ran away without telling anyone.
Fapney's is saying that there should be a book in the drawer next to your bed in the fancy room. So maybe that's where it goes.
Oh, maybe it is then.
Yeah.
Okay. See, the problem is that I should have read that book long ago, and I just didn't. But I didn't for the fact that I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, like, we don't go to the Gathering Hub that much.
Shown it, yeah. Well, I mean, I used to, when we were doing a lot of the squad stuff, I was going to the Gathering Hub, but it's still like, I don't know.
Oh, you went in with Sword and Shield today?
Yeah, I feel a sword and shieldy.
Yeah, it does have an overhead swing that's slightly easier to use than some other things. Also, you can hit 2 things at once with that, which doesn't make sense for the ballista ammo. It makes sense for, like, scatter nuts, but with this, it's like, what the fuck? Are you gonna try and take down the Puke today, or are you gonna just ignore him?
I'm just gonna try and hit as many of these bugs as I can.
Okay, oh, he's mad.
Yeah, I know. Man, show me a Puke that isn't mad all the goddamn time.
Well, he wasn't mad until he noticed you.
Yeah.
Killing his bugs. They're his bugs.
This is his bug collection, how dare I?
Yeah. I mean, it's either that, or he's just pissed off because he's in a room with some bugs.
Yeah.
But he didn't seem pissed before now, so I guess he likes the bugs?
He really doesn't like being in this room full of bugs.
Maybe they're like coral shrimp and they like pick debris off of him and clean him nice. Eat the parasites.
Well, that would make some small amount of sense, because in the Ancient Forest, the only part of the Ancient Forest that I can think of that you find, oh god, that you find Vespoids in are the same place where he sleeps.
Yeah.
So that sort of makes sense.
Yeah, he just chills with bugs for some reason.
Yeah, so maybe I'm pretty sure he's an herbivore that eats the poison plants in there, but like maybe he hangs out in there and the Vespoids are like grooming animals for him.
Yeah, it's also possible that he does eat them and you're taking his food. But yeah, he apparently is fine with these bugs. So this is going to fill the challenge bounty, but would you consider looking at some of the other challenges?
There's only one other challenge available right now.
No, there's the regular arena challenges. Don't those count?
Those do not count. Those aren't actual. The difference between challenge and like arena quest is the same as like event and optional mission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Oh, there he is.
Those aren't considered challenges. They're just considered arena quests.
I was just hoping a Gyarados might be in one of them.
Nah.
Or,
unfortunately.
you needed a Legiana for the thing.
Well, the only other one that was available, because I did check when we were doing this, the only other one that was available was one that had...
It's the Palumu and the Tobi-Kadachi, right?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
3 or 4 stars. It's still pretty small
Something
time.
like that. Yeah, it's still pretty small time, but like none of them give me a great sword, and I'm so pissed off about that. Like, they're not even giving like a switch axe or nothing, where I can just hand the controller over to you and say, eh.
Yeah, well, if they gave you a long sword, I might be able to make that
fucking
work.
hell. I hate this stupid Puke. Like, he's an interesting part of this mission. Like, just to have thrown him in here is kind of a funny thing, but at the same time, it's just such a pain in the ass.
That's the point.
I know.
And you can kill him. You've done it before.
Yeah, but it's a lot more time than it's really worth, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes.
Oh.
You only need 3 more. It
I
doesn't,
know.
You don't need to get them with, like, a fucking crossbow.
I'm never sure how much health they have. He's just outrunning me at this point. Where are you
Low-rank
going?
have, like, 8. He's eating rocks. Speaking of which, you could pick up rocks and just shoot these guys with them.
Well, I know.
Denied.
He destroyed my
Yeah,
turrets.
of course he did. It's
What a
kind
jerk.
of part of the thing with the... Oh,
There.
damn. He's got some range.
Yeah, okay, so the like the hit with the sword and shield, this one, has a backswing on it that I've never noticed, especially if you're running it. It's seriously like a whoop.
Yep.
Like, it goes all the way behind you, and you pull back slightly when you do it, too. That's so weird.
Yeah, it can come in handy if there's a Vespoid behind you, because they like to come up behind people.
Also, yeah, his aim is fucking amazing, because he was hitting me from kind of a far way away, to be honest. Let's see. A couple of these insect field guides, some Vespoid wings, a monster fluid, and 3 trap tools.
Yeah, that's useful, even if you don't use, like, the armor you can get off of this.
I could probably make that armor. I haven't been doing it this entire
Yeah.
time, but, like, honestly, I could probably make that armor and be good.
Yeah, probably. Took it a second.
Yeah,
there.
that was interesting.
That troubled me, but it's fine.
Yeah. I'm always worried. Like, I'm probably
Hey, go
going to be
into your
worried
room.
nonstop now. Okay.
Let's see if there really is a book. In the dresser by the bed. Oh, well, there's one on it. Let's see.
I might be able to. Yeah,
Oh,
I can get into the
alright.
book. And there's the Tale of the Five.
Should we read it off, or should we just not bother?
I can read it off.
Okay, cool.
Once. Hold on, that's not right. Once there was a world without time. The world was nothing but white light, inhabited only by people and 5 dragons. In that world there was only eternity, and a sun that burned without beginning or end. And because there was only timeless eternity, nothing was ever lost, yet nothing was ever gained. Doop. One day, the people began to wonder why their world had no beginning nor end, so they asked the dragons. The dragons opened their mouths as if to answer, but from their mouths poured water instead of words. Yeah, it rushed out in streams to create the sky and the oceans, and the dragons swam away. I should point out that this is a creation myth, and this creation myth only appears in this game. Other games have their own creation myths for this world, and they're not this. This is like an
Presumably-
alternative religion, basically.
Yeah, presumably the guild is the same guild and the time period is roughly the same time
It
period.
is.
But then there's different cultures within that, I guess.
Yeah, but it's weird because the guild seems to have like its own unified religion, except this isn't the unified religion of the guild, so it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on at this point.
But it's clearly the unified religion of the Research Commission.
Of the Research Commission who
weird.
talk about the Sapphire Star nonstop.
Yeah.
The dragons swam to the center of the ocean, and there they began to transform into an island. One dragon sank into the sea and became the land. One dragon lifted its gaze to the sky and became the mountains. One dragon stooped low and became the lakes and scattered its scales to make rain. One dragon fell into a deep slumber and became the forests. The last dragon climbed far into the sky to become a star of sapphire blue, shining brightly above the island. If you want to take this as being somewhat literal, you could probably argue that some of these are specific elder dragons, by the way. because the sapphire blue, that's clearly Xeno'jiiva.
Yeah.
Like, but the only ones that I can really think of that would fit things like this would be like, there's a handful of Elder Dragons that would fit this, but none of them are in this game, is all that I'm thinking of. Because it's like, one dragon sank into the sea and became the land. That could be, what's its face? The giant snapping turtle made of lava.
Zora Magdaros.
Yeah, Zora Magdaros, yeah.
So that could be this.
I'm trying to think. The one that became the mountains could be a lot of things. I would immediately guess maybe like Lao Shenlong or something like that, which is an older fucking dragon. You could do the one that stooped low to become the lakes and scattered its scales to make rain could be... God, there's one in particular, I don't remember its name, that kind of inhabits water and causes rain when it just shows up. The one for the forests, though, kind of sounds like it could be the one that the big floating octopus thing, because that thing has forests literally growing on its back.
Okay. And weird
Most of those
Cthulhus-
don't exist in this game, though.
Weird Cthulhus do sleep a lot.
Yeah. The people couldn't understand why the dragons had left, or why they transformed. Eventually, a lone youth decided to go to the island to seek the answers from the dragons themselves. He donned a simple cloak, climbed into a simple boat, and cast off alone into the murky seas. Simply. At last, guided by the light of the sapphire star, he reached the island of the Five. Some time passed and the youth returned. "Did you speak with the dragon?" the people asked. "Yes, I spoke with them," he replied. "Then tell us, why did they create the island?" But the youth did not answer. Instead, he reached into his cloak and pulled out 5 dragon scales, which he gave to the people. And then, before anyone realized, the youth disappeared. He handed him just a magic trick. Literally just misdirection. Scales! And then he vanishes.
just decided to switch frequency over to a different universe.
Yeah. The people left their white world and sailed across the ocean. Using the 5 scales, they created their own lands, their own mountains, their own lakes, and their own forests.
So there's a lot of questions in that statement.
Last of all, they created a bright moon, so that the sapphire star, which had guided the youth during his voyage to seek the dragons, would no longer shine alone in the sky. The land grew large enough to obscure the sun, and day and night were born. Which is like a weird implication that this is a flat Earth, I think. I'm not even sure. The mountains, lakes, and forests breathed together, and the seasons were born. The moon cast its light on the ocean, and the waves were born. And thus time was also born.
Just coincidentally not related to any of these mountains or moons.
Yeah, right. Swept up in the almighty current of time, the people came to know death, but they also came to know life. Countless days and countless nights have passed since people first came to live on the lands that they created. As time passed, they lost their memory of the 5 dragons, and even the memory of how time itself had been born. But deep in their hearts, there dwelt a quiet knowledge of the land of the 5, the most sacred place in the world, which to this day sleeps in the middle of the ocean, uninhabited by people and unchanged even by the relentless flow of time.
So began the Age of Fire.
And so began the Age of Fire. Yeah, somebody said it's not in this game yet. I guess he could wind up in here, yeah. The big octopus, I mean.
Any of them could get put
honestly,
in here.
just about anything could wind up in here, yeah.
Someday.
I'm more interested in this picture. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, because I'm seeing 6 dragons, not 5.
I'm seeing the one spitting up water, and there's some water that looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought the one at the very...
I'm assuming that's an island?
Well, I thought the thing at the top of the spit may have been a dragon, because it's almost got Xeno'jiiva's
It's got a
head
canoe.
shape. but yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's very confusing.
I'd like to point out that the Sapphire Star is basically the point of this story that everyone considers like the thing to look to. It wouldn't necessarily be the god figure at the end of this, although it is a dragon that's personified.
It's pretty close. And then you get to it, it bursts open, and fucking the devil rushes out, basically.
And that room used to look vaguely like a church without an altar, and they destroy it to make a room for you, and everyone has started calling you their Sapphire Star.
Yeah, now I just kind of live in the church, and they destroyed the church so that it would be a comfier room for me to live in.
Yeah.
I am your god now. I beat your god. My cat wears his skin. I am your god now.
Yeah, it's just like
Worship
this
me.
entire society crossed the sea and abandoned everything they've ever known to come build a new society here. Sure, temporarily. Sometimes people retire and go home. You can always have the captain bring stuff from there and just like whatever. But then like all of these people have decided to stay to keep doing all of their research or whatever, and they've declared you their god, casually.
I wish I could
very interesting.
Somebody in chat said fancy voice when I started doing the thing, but I kind of wish I could do fancier voices right now. I feel like whatever's causing my throat to kind of be like, is kind of like restricting my ability to do fancy
it was
voice.
less fancy voice and more Iron Tager voice.
A little bit
which
Iron
is still
Tager.
fitting for this game.
I mean, like, two of the characters are voiced by Tager, so yeah.
Wait, two of them?
Like, I know the captain is, and I think the admiral might be, but I could be
You mean
wrong
the
about
commander,
that.
right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Commander is, not the captain.
And
Is
the
there
admiral, I
even
don't
a
know.
captain?
He might be. Huh?
I said, is there even a captain?
The captain's the Argosy guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right down there.
He doesn't even have a canon voice, I'm pretty sure. I missed.
I think there's points in some of the cutscenes where he
Beautiful
says
scales.
things. But it's probably not like a voice. It's just
large
like
scale.
he has like a that he says before things.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And you keep going him and trading all of your fucking science for shiny rocks.
I know. I want that Zenny.
Why though?
I don't know anymore. It's worthless, to be honest.
Low
but
rank for the bug
want
armor.
it. I know. I want to see if there was any high rank that just popped in, but it doesn't.
Nah.
Yeah, that's so annoying. There should be high rank for that stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's low rank only. Maybe there's like
either.
a higher version of the bug field guide.
I don't think so, because if there was, we would have. I like to think we would have had the option to do the mission that would have been there. It would have been on the
Yeah, it would have
challenges.
been there.
Like, you think so, anyway.
Unless they just haven't added it in, and it's gotta come in another
I don't think
update.
so.
Yeah, it's
I still
very
need
strange.
one for the last piece of it.
Whatever. You'll probably be farming that mission
That's what
for
it
the
looks like,
bounties.
though. I think I've shown this before. It looks terrible.
It looks fine without that hat.
What if it's just the hat?
Well, I mean, now you can pretend it's a wig, but
It
you
looks
look
like
weird
a wig.
in that wig.
Like, honestly, even when you get the whole thing going on, it still looks like a wig.
There's characters who could probably pull off that look, and your
Mine is not one of
dude-
them.
Yeah, he just looks like he lost a bet.
He looks like a Swedish model.
He looks like someone peeled an orange and stuck it on an angry cat.
I was gonna say he looks like a member of Hanson, but he actually looks more like a human being attempting to be a chocobo.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. As opposed to my normal face now, which is just horrible pumpkin mash.
It's not that horrible.
No, it's not horrible. It's spooky. That's what I
Yeah,
meant by
it's
horrible.
spooky, not scary.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, so that's a thing that we've discovered is the term spooky, not scary.
Hulu has a genre now for Halloween-related stuff that they call spooky, not scary.
So it's like the stuff that's like Halloween relevant, but not like slasher films or whatever.
It's Halloween relevant without being too scary for children.
Yeah, so we were just looking at what spooky, not scary means on Hulu, and it was like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Which isn't even spooky, let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's not spooky or scary. That's just
Sabrina's
the
pretty wholesome.
story of a wholesome witch. Which, by the way, they're remaking, and it's grimdark as fuck. I want to point that out.
Oh, you mean like the comics? I've heard of that.
Okay, so the comics, the original comics were sort of turned into the show, which was turned into a comic series, and then eventually that ended, and then they rebooted it within the last couple of years into this incredibly grim, dark, like, we want to be as realistic with, like, the concept of witches and stuff as possible, and it was, like, really, really fucking intense.
Is it still in canon with Archie?
Yeah. Archie
goofy.
characters show up, but they're not in canon with, like, proper Archie. They're in canon with, like, an alternative universe version of Archie.
None of that, like, genuinely, like, I don't give a shit about Archie stuff. I like the live-action Sabrina because we grew up with it. It's from the right time period when I was, like, watching TV.
Well, what I was gonna continue to say there was that then they did, or they're doing a live-action spin-off of the Grimdark comic. That was the second half of that.
They have a live-action Archie now, so I guess
I think those are in canon with one another.
Yeah, I guess they gotta ride that train.
Yeah, come on, ride the train. Toot toot.
Okay, so like I don't.
Train.
You might want those nullberries.
What am I hunting?
Everything in the Coral Highlands.
Why would I need...
Ice Blight.
Oh yeah, good point. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, why would I need like nullberries?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you're super right. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Go ahead.
I don't remember now.
We were talking about live action Archie.
Yeah, I know that that's apparently, like, popular, so they gotta capitalize on it.
I don't actually know if it is, by the way.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as good no matter what they do. If it's Grimdark, we're not going to have a puppet cat talking in the Angry Beaver's voice.
Well, he's not going to be the same voice actor, but there is a Salem, because I've read the Grimdark comics for Sabrina. There is a Salem there. They give him way more personality than he should have, though. Because, like, traditional Salem has personality. He's his own character, and he's actually really good. But it's like, when you start getting into weird levels of giving personality to things, it kind of gets a little...
You realize in the live-action show, they gave him, like, a whole backstory where he's got, like, a human life with, like, a human daughter from before he got turned into a cat?
They continue that in the edgy reboot of the comics as well, and it's just... It's fucking weird. Like, they decide that he needs to be the guy who accidentally, like, kicked off the Salem witch trials, and he's cursed, and that's why he's a cat. Because the witches hated that he got their kin murdered or something.
Oh, in the old series, it's because he tried to literally take over the world and was stopped by someone.
Yeah, I remember
which was
that.
fun as hell, because basically, like, you'll see flashbacks, and the real life actor's, like, face is always in shadow, but you can clearly tell that he's basically just dressed like Stalin or Fidel Castro or something.
Yeah.
Like, they've always got him basically just sort of being, like, what these days we would consider a little less funny. Because in the 90s, in the 90s, it didn't feel as real.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the 90s, it didn't.
Yeah, between the Berlin Wall going down and before 9/11, we had this period where you could just do that shit.
Yeah, where you could just kind of make fun of those sorts of people, and then you kind of lost that ability.
Yeah,
as time
without
went
it
on.
coming off as a statement, you can make fun of that. You can still make fun of whatever you want, but now it's like political.
Yeah. And it was kind of political to begin with, but it was like that kind of political where it really doesn't matter very much.
Well, in the 90s, making jokes about, like global dictators was kind of like making jokes about, like, the Civil War. It was kind of like no one cared.
Well, you probably shouldn't make jokes about the Civil War either.
Well, it depends on what you're saying, but if you have a dude dressed up as, like, a Civil War general in, like, a flashback where it's like he was the bad guy, no one's gonna find it distasteful. It was long ago enough.
Well, potentially, sure. Is he... Okay. I can't believe I fell off that mushroom. That was fucking awful. No!
Yes! Got him. Oh,
oops,
fuck.
I jumped off.
What?
My bad. Yeah,
why would you ever jump off?
That was an accident. But hey, it came out... Hey, this is to my advantage.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's good.
Yeah, so... Obviously, this is going to be the first guy to fight. I gotta wonder if it might be advantageous to leave him alive for a while, though. Because if he shows up while you're fighting any of the flying enemies, because all of the other guys can fly, if he just walks in, hey guys, can I play too? He can flash them out of the sky.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Yeah,
that
but
being
at the same
said,
time,
I feel like
him.
he's just kind of a pain in my ass more than anything, though. Come on, quit moving. I swear to God, Jimmy.
This one's Jimmy?
I don't know. Is it?
You're the only one who can tell.
Yeah, this is Jimmy.
Yeah, you're the one who's come up with all the names, and I've just sort of, like, noted the patterns.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What was that he left? Oh, that's
Sure.
just it was, like, weird
The
color.
tiniest little footprint I've ever seen.
Like, I think because it's on the mushroom, it's got a weird undertone.
Yeah. It had
to
like an undertone of red.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a bloody spot. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I
like,
thought he was somehow dropping radiance, like,
is he
Ratalo
like
scales.
really? Is he that hurt? Like,
Nah. Like, on the dirt here, like on the coral rock, it's just gray on gray. But I guess on, like, the weird blue of the mushroom, it gives it a
it looks
little tint.
weirdly like red. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just glad I'm not the only one who saw that. Aww.
Yeah, he's broken as hell.
Bye, Jimmy.
See you later, Jimbo. Say hello to your duck collection. I don't fucking know. I hated Jimmy Neutron.
I need to go back and watch all of Jimmy Neutron so that I can record all of the best lines on, like, a notebook and just read them off to you until you get mad.
Yes, by the way, I agree. That was one of the most bullshit mounts ever. I just kind of rolled off the end of that mushroom with my sword sort of out and just picked right into his brain. And then jumped off immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
Yeah, that was a real weird one. Like,
It's a little bit strange.
You've gotten bullshit mounts before.
Oh yeah, no, I
but-
get bullshit mounts all
yeah.
the fucking time.
Yeah, that one was
Half
funny.
my playing this game is getting bullshit mounts for no reason.
Yeah, it's you jumping off of something, nicking the back of someone's foot, and then suddenly you're stuck to their head.
Yeah, like immediately jumping up to their head.
Wigglers!
All these wigglers.
And no queen is going to show up because it's daytime.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually looking for this. I wasn't looking for like any queens.
Yeah,
or
yeah. I
anything.
figured you're heading towards pink zone.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to be there first, but I'm kind of hopeful it's going to turn out to be like, maybe Paolumu? Because I think he's one of the smaller ones that I have to fight here. Because it's Paolumu, Pink Rathian, and then Lagiana is the last one.
Yeah, it looks like Lagiana's not even on the map yet.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't have enough research points to track them, but, like, I think you
I think I do for
Like,
Lagiana.
I think you've sniffed enough feet.
I'm pretty sure for Lagiana, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't by this
I
point.
don't know.
But yeah, it's probably gonna take it some time to
Took
come
a very
in now that
roundabout
the-
way to get here, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that's just how that goes. Like, maybe there's a time between killing one monster and the next showing up.
Or they just, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably all that it is.
That or Legion is, like, just
Ow.
watching from the top of its mountain and just sort of deciding if you're worth
Oh, hey.
fighting. What? Oh,
Pink Rathian
okay.
footprints.
Well, maybe that's the one that'll show up first.
It is. Look at that. They're already taking me to her.
Alright. I mean,
I kind of
Sure.
didn't want to fight her next, but all right.
well, then
I guess that's
Paolumu-
fine.
The Paolumu will be a breather then.
Yeah, the Paolumu will be between... Is that another... No.
What?
No, that's my cat. Okay. I thought I saw another tzitzi-ya-ku on the map. I was like, wait
No,
a minute.
I think the icon for the corpse might still be on the map. It's moving.
Oh, well, fuck.
Oh.
I was confused by the airship for a second.
Oh, yeah, no, that's always gonna be there.
There used to be a trick you could do with stuff like this. It's not under map, though. It would be under gestures. And then, let's see if this actually functions still.
what's supposed to happen?
It used to be that you could wave to the blimps that were, like, around. Oh, wow, they're both down here.
Oh.
And if you wave to the blimp, it would tell you where the monsters were, or it would give you more stuff.
In older games?
Yeah, in older games where you had to use, like, paintballs to keep track of monsters and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, no. I guess that's not necessary with scout flies.
Yeah, with scout flies, I guess it wouldn't. I just wanted to see if it still worked, like what it was that they'd give you.
Ah.
Missed the big hit.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, that's fine.
Should you ghillie suit and let them go at it?
She's gonna go at it regardless.
Okay. Aw, Tao picked up a friend.
Yep, Tao picked up a friend a bit ago.
I didn't notice.
I did.
Good. Yeah, I'm eventually gonna want to go through Jimmy Neutron and get all of the lines written down. I'll just have like a weird notebook full of lines from Jimmy Neutron that I can use on you.
Terrible.
Yes, it's research.
It's the worst kind of research.
I'm eventually going to teach myself to use Blender, not anytime soon. I looked at it once and was like, holy shit, no. But I'm going to eventually figure that shit out, and I may just start recreating Jimmy Neutron and then sending it to you.
I think I've only made 2 models in Blender ever, and they were both really, really bad.
I remember you showing me something you did once and it looked pretty cool, but that was literally like the only time you did anything?
It's some bad... They're not so good.
Well...
Why am I green sharpness all of a sudden? Did I go all the way down to green after fighting what's-his-face?
Maybe.
Weird.
I wasn't tracking it.
Me neither. Huh.
Okay, there's some little holes you can crawl through.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you don't wanna.
No, I'm gonna just... Oh, come on.
Look, just, like, you see it on the map.
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
What?
She fell.
Did
the tree in the center kind of seized up.
They do that? I didn't know it would do anything. Like,
Yeah, it
they
looks like it knocked her over.
They will wobble, because they're not trees, not real ones.
They're like mushrooms, right?
I don't know. They might be sea sponges or something.
Huh.
But yeah, they will wobble, and I didn't know it did anything. I thought it was just a thing, like just a graphical
I didn't know
layer.
either.
Oh, good to know it can, like, knock a monster over.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised by that. I don't know how it did it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had noticed a little bit more.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because that seems kind of interesting if it actually knocked her the fuck over and it wasn't like Tao hitting her and I just didn't see or something.
Fapney's is getting on me. I can use the time for my research for the better of humanity, but no, it's to remember Jimmy Neutron quotes. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
my time currently is spent doing this, so it's not really like I was gonna cure cancer or anything.
Yeah, well.
Also, I've been spending a lot of time working on Popka's art, which for the current run of art is me doing all of the gold and silver Pokemon, but in digital painting.
Yeah.
And I keep using it as an excuse to be like, okay, well, I'll look up a tutorial for this kind of texture that you could paint, and I'll try that. And it's like, I keep spending hours on these when it was supposed to be really quick doodles so I can have one up every day. And it's like, I'm just sitting there trying to render fur with, like, Krita, and it's like, oh my god, why did I fall down this hole?
I don't know. Why did you?
I don't know, to try and make my art better?
I mean,
eventually?
It's a noble cause, I guess.
Not really.
Sort of.
I mean, it's about as noble
Popka's
as
is a noble
the.
cause.
I mean, it's sort of a public resource, sort of, but like
Kinda.
Jimmy Neutron lines in a crazy person notebook for weaponized use against my boyfriend. That's just as good a cause.
I mean, maybe. Wow, she didn't even hit me with that.
Yeah, weird.
It wasn't because I jumped, because I jumped way too late. Oh. I didn't get my bullshit jump.
You just rolled into it.
Yeah, but that's fine. She was slightly too late to actually
Oh
hit
shit.
me.
There you go. There's your bullshit.
Yeah. Couple of little bullshit hits, that's fine.
Patney's is also asserting that Carl lines are the best quotes. I don't think so.
You're gonna make
like,
Megan yell about Sheen now.
No, I'm not yelling. And I understand why people don't enjoy Sheen, but he, when used correctly, is actually really good as a gag. Maybe not as a character, but as a gag, Sheen does get some genuinely good shit going. But yes, Hugh Neutron's probably
That was
the
a
star.
really rough hit right at the end.
Ooh. Oh,
That was one of those. It was the true hit right at the end, and it was right in her fucking face.
Nice.
I felt bad about that one. I could feel that hit. Like that was really rough.
You still
I don't even think I got numbers. Like Jesus.
You still did
Sorry,
it.
what
No
were you saying
amount
about
of...
Hugh Neutron?
His lines are genuinely the best in the series.
But
as a kid, you never
Hugh
noticed.
has some good lines. He also has some good like situations that he can wind up in.
Yeah, sometimes he just emerges from trash cans and shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Hugh Neutron is like a magic genie or something. Like he's just coming out of trash cans with like weird advice for no reason. There's that one episode where he gets his hands on like a remote control that lets him control time, and he forces a woman to give birth over and over and over again while he watches. People forget it, but that's a thing that happened.
That sounds really like borderline fetishy.
It's like
admit.
borderline sociopathic.
Yeah,
The entire
both.
point of that episode is that it's revealed that Hugh basically spends the entire day fucking with people using stopping time abilities. Like he's just, I don't know, he becomes a monster when you give him that much power.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you don't appreciate it as a kid though because he's like an adult character, so he's not the focus. But clearly, at some point, the creators of that show just decided to shitpost nonstop. Like they just like that's one of my favorite genres of animation. Is just this is an illustrated shitpost. I think the best example of that is just Aqua Teens.
This is such a small Paolumu, by the way.
I can't tell.
I think he's really little. I could be wrong, but I think this Paolumu is very small.
The ground here is uneven, so I'm not...
Oh, whoops. I didn't hit that one that time. He hit it.
Well, now you're sleeping together.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, now everything's asleep.
Aw, shame on.
Tao's the only one still awake.
And she's not having anything to do with this.
And she's just walked away.
Yeah, but like just animation where they clearly put in enough effort to make an animation, which even for cheap stuff does take time. But they did it for possibly the most useless purposes, but then made the writing genuinely witty with it. Like those are like Aqua Teens is that, Jimmy Neutron kind of becomes that. I'm gonna recommend Space Tree, which is on YouTube. The guy's on YouTube. He's done a bunch of other stuff too.
It used to be on Keen Tunes.
Keen Tunes is dead as hell.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It started out, I'm pretty sure, on Keen Tunes.
Just that sort of I don't do drugs, but I'm pretty sure they're made for people who are. Just that kind of thing. It's like there's a good experience to that.
Somebody asked if Hugh Neutron is just the referee from Metabots, and you know what? It's a good example, or a good, I don't know, reference point, I guess? What am I looking to say?
Comparison.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. That's basically him, yes.
Except
he just
that
emerges out of nowhere to do basically nothing.
I don't think Hugh Neutron knows the rules to meta battles.
No, but he
row
probably
battles.
knows the rules to like duck fighting or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think there are any rules when ducks fight.
There could be, and we just don't know because they're ducks, you know.
Oh, I thought you killed him for a second.
No, so did I. I saw the alert and he stopped moving. I was like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, I thought you were done.
No, it was apparently I broke the tail, which is not severable, so it's not a big break.
Yeah, which is annoying. That looks like such a severable tail.
Oh, it super does. I agree. The first thing I thought when I saw this thing was, wow, I can't wait to sever that goddamn tail. It looks so severable.
The first time you fought this thing, it fucked off without you getting to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, that too.
Mad.
That was true.
Did it again, heartbroken and
Broke his
no kill
wing.
yet.
Yeah.
Oof. I I'm never sure what he's gonna do when he does the puff up fly.
Almost always he does the butt slam thing,
Yeah, but,
which
like,
is actually kind of difficult to avoid, so you gotta be careful around
Yeah, he's
it.
got like 2 other things he does instead of a butt slam, and they all kind of have the same lead up. It annoys me.
Sure, fair enough.
Like, I can still avoid it. I'm just gonna avoid whatever he's doing, but I can't tell if he's gonna slam or if he's gonna, like, swoop down and use his feet.
Out of curiosity, I'm actually wondering something. Hunter notes, that's not what I wanted. I wanted equipment info. Oh yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't still wearing the egg carrying helmet.
Oh.
Again,
yeah.
I don't know if you remember,
'Cause
but I
can't
had an
tell.
entire thing. Yeah, well, because I'm wearing the layered armor. But it's like, I went through an entire mission where I was hunting things and was just wearing that underneath everything. And I didn't even realize. It was just, it happened and I was like, oh, whoops.
Eh. You still were fine.
Yeah, no, I was okay. I came out on top. Dragon Vein Crystal. That's generic, right? That's not some weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's used in stuff, but so are everything. It's just an ore.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah. These things are so easy to mistake for Palumu.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I killed the Palumu. Why is he back?
Look for the tail, because they don't have the same tail.
Yeah. Oh, why am I pulling to the side? What
I don't
happened
know.
there?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, what up? Are you gonna be like that?
Oh, it's already out of range.
Yeah. Whoop.
Yeah,
No, that wasn't gonna happen.
It would have been real great if it suddenly flew to the right
Yeah,
area.
if it just barely pulled into the right direction for me to hit it. Sure. That red... just these little ones. Because that's all I got currently.
Just get down here and let us kill you.
Get down here and let me beat on you a little. You fucking kite with wings. Oh, come on.
It sounded like you were going to say something else for
No,
a
he's a
second.
kite. He's literally a kite dragon.
Yeah, like a kite like the bird of prey, because that is an actual...
No, like he's shaped a lot like an actual kite.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
I swear to God, I think that's what he's supposed to be. Like, I could be wrong, but I think that might be it.
He has the face of some smaller, like, falcons and stuff.
Yeah, that's true too. He's got a very birdie face.
Yeah, there's a bunch of falcons that are like tiny little baby face little things. I think peregrine falcons are one of them. Like, you think of bird of prey, you think of like the big old honking bald eagle beak where it's just like the whole face is just beak.
Yeah, no, the very small ones do exist where they've just got the itty bitty little predatorial beaks.
Yeah, like not quite owl levels of small, but it's pretty small.
I mean, owls, really, their beaks aren't that small anyway.
Yeah, you just can't tell through all the feathers.
Yeah, they've got pretty big, they got big old hooked beaks, actually. Bigger owls tend to be really, really, like, aggressively spooky if you look at them in the face, too.
Yeah, sometimes the small owls move spooky, too.
Sometimes small owls have much bigger mouths than you'd expect.
Oh, yeah,
Like the frog-mouthed owls, those things are fucking amazing. Their mouths are like the size of their bodies. And they have tiny little bodies, but they're pretty big for, you know, just birds in general. They're just a cylinder with wings, and then they open their mouth, and it's like, whoops, it runs almost the whole length of the body.
How Halloween do you say that owls are? Owls are spooky,
Owls
right?
are pretty fucking Halloween, yeah.
They're not as Halloween as bats.
No, I think bats would take the point, but I think owls are
higher than flies.
Definitely, but I think that they're an acceptable replacement for bats if you don't have bats. I think you could substitute a bat with an owl and for Halloween-related stuff, and it would be fine.
So, like, a vampire turns into an owl?
Sure. But you got to be very careful with that, because that's a little outside of the realm of typical Halloween, so you kind of...
Yeah, but Dracula turns into, like, dogs and mists and stuff.
in the actual book, yes.
Yeah. So really, like, there's no explicit, there's no explicit rule on what a vampire can turn into, and you could just assume that they can pick, like, 3 or 4 forms or something. Like, owl could totally be one.
Let's take that. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they could just turn into owls, because that is actually a creature of the night anyway. It's a...
Yeah.
You know,
It doesn't drink blood, but not all bats do either.
but they do drink Well, I mean, they eat animals whole, so...
Yeah, so there's
to an
blood
extent,
in
they
that.
sort of drink blood.
They consume blood.
Yeah, they also have that weird thing where they shoot out pellets instead of, like, a normal animal. What a normal animal would do with that sort of stuff.
I mean, it still poops.
Yeah,
Owls still
I'm
poop.
almost positive owls still poop. Yes,
Yeah, but they don't let all of the fur and bones pass through.
No, yeah, there's no amount of like fur bone that passes through at all. It just comes out in pellet. I used to have a teacher when I was in first grade who had an owl problem on her own. And when we were kids, she brought in a bunch of pellets for us to dissect, and that was like the coolest thing ever at the time.
Yeah, I only ever dissected a frog.
I dissected lots of animals for some weird reason. I kept going to schools where they just had, like, entire units for science, where it was like, okay, this year we're going to dissect 3 animals total, so be ready to do that. It was like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't have to do more, because that's just gross.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, it's not even necessarily just because, oh, it's a dead thing, I don't want to touch it. But it's like, I mean, it's also, like, weird and cold and preserved and has a bit of a smell. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm done with that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Would you say owls are more or less spooky than spiders?
I'd say they're more Halloween, but less spooky. But that's just a personal opinion at that point, I think.
Yeah, you just really hate spiders.
Yeah, I prefer owls over spiders, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's the rankings? Bats are at the top?
Yeah, I think bats would be at the top for that, sure.
Because there's no other holiday or thing that bats are ever associated with.
Did he already go up to his
Maybe.
nest? No, that's
Just pin
somewhere
him.
else. That's somewhere else.
Like bats are Halloween and almost no
That's this
other
way.
like theme. Like that's their thing.
Yeah,
Owls
bats.
you can
Bats are
combine with other
basically just
things.
Halloween incarnate a little bit.
Owls can be Christmassy if you get the right kind of owl.
I don't know if I agree with that.
There's snowy owls, and you
mean
just sort
barn
of
owls?
those two. Those
What
are
is he? Is he
those are
just-
also good.
Is he just waiting? Is he?
But yeah, you get winter owls that like fly around real graceful with their fluffy
Oh,
foots and
fuck! I
stuff.
fell.
You're fine.
No, because he's on the ground up there.
I know, but you'll have other chances.
Yeah, well,
And he's still stunned.
only a little bit though.
You've never seen like Christmas owls?
I guess I know what you mean by Christmas owl, but like, I don't know. I don't think I'd consider owls to be inherently Christmas animals.
Well, are they more Halloween than they are Christmas?
I think they'd be more Halloween than Christmas.
Maybe we have to just split it up into different types of owls. Which I don't know enough about to say.
I don't know.
We've got someone new in chat named Rukma. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Rukma until I know. There are birds that, like, dig into flesh and are terrifying. I love it. Not owls, if I recall, but they, like, have really weird hook beaks.
Yeah, they do. Super
Yeah.
hooky little beaks.
You know, those little, like, cannibal birds. Yeah, that's kind of spooky.
That's a thing.
Kind of like the cookie cutter sharks, but birds?
Rukma, by the way.
Okay. Is that a word?
Rukma? I don't know.
Okay.
It's not one that I recognize.
Well, welcome to the... yeah, Rukma. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Am I going this way?
We're killing things and
Am I
debating
supposed to be going
owls.
upstairs?
Oh.
Oh, I gotta go upstairs for that.
Yeah, you don't have the glider mandel.
Yeah. I could just go to the nearest camp and do it there.
Owls or crows?
For what?
Halloween.
For Halloween?
Yeah.
Owls, I think, are better for Halloween than crows, but in general, I prefer crows over owls, typically, I want to say. I really do like crows. They're one of my favorite birds.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, it could be a toss-up. It depends on whether or not it's day or night, because I think nighttime crow, as weird as it sounds, is not as good as nighttime owl, but then daytime owl is nowhere near as good as daytime crow.
Daytime owl is asleep.
Well, nighttime crow is asleep.
And also, you can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
It's asleep and invisible.
glider mantle. What, nighttime crow?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, chat's pretty pro crow.
Yeah, crows are great. Crows
oh, yeah,
are
they
fucking
are.
amazing.
They are.
They're super intelligent little birds. You can teach them to do all sorts of stupid things, and they can learn just by watching you do things.
They also understand spite, revenge, and grudges.
Yeah, which is weird. They're one of the only animals that do.
As opposed to owls, which are just noble hunters who just kind of kill because they do.
Owls have the intelligence of about a cat. They actually can be kept as pets and are adorable when they are.
Oh.
But it's not advised that you keep them as pets. Typically, I think you need a license to do it to begin with. And
you gonna capture or
people
you gonna
suggest
slay?
that you do not. You know what? I didn't even think about capturing. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, you got the stuff. I can see your
I
traps.
I completely forgot, but yeah, you're right. Maybe I had to just cap.
Yeah.
He got the white powder off of his face doing that.
Yeah, you got damage dust.
Let's see. Fucking damage dust. There we go. He's capped.
Nice.
I could have killed him. I killed everything else.
General limit bounty 2 out of 3. Which one do you have left to do? Second event?
I think this is an event, first and foremost. Capturing him was an event. I think I may have already gotten the one for challenges.
Yeah, I thought so.
There is the one at the very end, which I don't think I fulfill the requirements for until I do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see when we get over there. That's
Yeah.
a lot of things to pick up.
Oh yeah, you killed like 4 things.
Yeah.
Got 3 decorations
pretty good.
in there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. You got something's tail.
I did notice that. The only thing that my cat picked up was dragon eye.
Yeah, well that doesn't matter right now.
Okay, so yeah, 3 of these. Poison,
coat. Let me read
Meowster.
that.
Okay.
Poison functionality. So is that like when you poison other things?
I have no idea. It could
yeah,
be.
I have not seen that.
This is Palico Rally, and this one's Friendship.
Ooh.
Friendship
nice.
gives you wide range.
Yeah,
by the way.
it gives you
So-
Wiggler powers.
Yeah, so I could just put that on, and I don't need a Wiggler hat. Although I'm not sure why I'd want to forsake a Wiggler hat, but you know, whatever. If I want to, I can.
I'm gonna go a little contrarian with birds.
Smallest Palumu, by the way.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's a Gold Crown smallest.
Yeah, looks like it.
It was a teeny tiny Palumu.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, there it is, miniature crown. Record your first miniature crown in your hunting log.
Oh, that's pretty
So
cool.
that's really teeny tiny little Palumu.
I'm gonna be contrarian with the birds. I'm gonna say swans are actually pretty fucking evil.
Swans are awfully evil, sure.
Yeah, like beautifully evil. They're like the maleficence of birds, but like, I mean, I feel like we could incorporate them into our Halloween lexicon a little better.
Yeah. Well, I think most people don't like to put swans in there because even though they're evil birds, and I think we all agree that they're evil, it doesn't feel like a bird that belongs in there because they're not inherently spooky looking.
Well, I mean, not all swans are white. Not all of them are the perfect Snow White ballerinas.
I think that was it, by the way. I think that was all
Was
of
it?
them.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, that was all of them. Okay. So I can finally make that cat armor, thank God.
Nice.
Let's go do that.
Maximum spooky.
The extra maximum spooktacular cats. Sorry, what were you saying about spooky swans?
Like, not all swans are that pure snowy white. Like, you get black swans. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And they look pretty spooky.
I used to live in an area with a absolute ton of geese and swans, and I used to have to fight them as a child.
I've never encountered a swan in person.
They're bastard animals. Is that
I'll
actually
bet.
what I wanted? Yeah, it was. Okay.
I mean, like, I know enough about that whole subspecies, that whole family of bird-like objects that I can, like...
Bird-like objects.
Like, I just figure they're all assholes.
I mean, they are. They're pretty much, like, honestly.
Like, even ducks, they're like the low-key, like, just sort of slow burn angry, as
yeah,
opposed
ducks-
to swans, which are just extra
Ducks
all the
are,
time.
yeah, ducks are still pretty dick. Like, to be honest, they're still a bunch of assholes usually. You get some really nice ducks sometimes, but you know that they're not going to stay nice when they are because they die if they stayed nice. So they wind up having to turn into dicks as time goes on. You know?
What, you mean like if you have a pet, it'll eventually just get aggressive?
It'll get aggressive if somebody has a pet and then they release it into like a pond with a bunch of wild ducks.
Okay, well, yeah.
It'll eventually become a dick duck.
So we're not going to give any fun facts about
No,
duct
no,
tape.
no. I'm never doing that on stream. Hell no.
No, people probably already know those
Yeah, I'm not.
animal
I'm
facts.
not even gonna pretend to talk about it at all.
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
Google
say-
it. Except
Yeah,
don't.
don't Google
Don't Google it.
Okay, so what people had been doing that I thought looked really good with this, by the way, was they were doing. Oh fuck! Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? I know I have the headpiece
Go up.
for
It's
it.
got to be up there.
Yeah, is it this one? That's
Yeah.
not it, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh no, this isn't the head I'm thinking of. They were doing this, and they were doing the like the ghost one for it. Although I've got all my colors are Tau right now, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
which
into the...
isn't that spooky.
Yeah, not really. Let me just change my colors real fast so that you can see what I'm thinking of. This isn't actually the set that I wanted, but that's fine because I still need to change the colors on everything anyway. So if we go to this, this is Valhazak with the ghost body, which is already kind of like, ooh, spooky. But what people were talking about and doing that was like way better than this was...
was it the
can I
bone
find
helm?
It? Yeah, it's the Sinister Cloth. No, the...
No,
I know I have it somewhere. Do I not? I thought I did. I swear to God, Tao used to run around in it. Do I not have that one?
well,
Oh.
I thought you did.
Huh. I
One more
thought
thing
I
you need
did
Sinister
too.
Cloth for.
Oh well, that looks weird.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, hold on.
It's this weird crossover Bast and
This is
Magedra.
actually pretty good. This isn't too bad at all.
Oh yeah, that works.
It looks really weird, but I kind of like it.
Now that I've been reminded that
It's also this one.
Magedra exists, can you give us some Magedra facts?
Magedra?
Yeah.
What about Magedra?
Just-
you mean, first of all, Magedra is the version of it that appears in Puzzle and Dragon. That is not the actual character's name.
What is it then?
I want to say it's just Medjed or something like that. It's like a bedsheet ghost.
Yes, it is a authentic ancient Egyptian bedsheet ghost deity.
Yeah. It's one of the, I want to say...
It works
is
with
it?
Osiris.
Yeah. I want to say it's one of Osiris's main guards, and it's a bedsheet ghost with laser eyes. That's
Just
it.
straight
That's
up.
There's nothing. Oh, there's almost nothing else that anybody knows about Majed outside of that. That's it.
Except that that's totally a thing from actual Egyptian mythology. And that apparently someone figured that out and told Japan, and they thought it was the cutest thing ever, and just kind of made it a minor meme.
Well, people knew it for a long time prior too. It's just something that Japan, when they were basically more or less like informed about it as a joke, one or two people kind of like went all in and were like, oh, let's draw a fan art of this character, and then it got way out of hand, as memes typically do. Look at this Gachalica sword on this thing.
It's glowy and that's cool, but I feel like you
Yeah.
could go spookier.
I can. Let me go change the helmet so that you can see what I was talking about. Because even though apparently I don't have the helmet for the cat, I'm really blown away by that because I thought I did. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
I don't know.
Maybe I just wasted all of my stuff on myself.
Yeah, all your Sinister Cloth that
Yeah.
you have like none of.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
never have any Sinister Cloth.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it's the death set.
Yes. So that is roughly what people do. I think even then they go into the head and I think they might turn it to white to make it fit a little bit better, but it's like
And then change the body
yeah,
to
and then change
like
the
dark
body
red.
to a different color as well, I think, yeah. I don't know if it's dark red or if it's
Like
one
a
of the
gray.
blacks. Yeah. That one's
That's
pretty
pretty
spot on.
good.
Yeah. I think that's what I kept seeing people do, and this looks really nice. Just this weird, like, look, it's a skeleton ghost.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I like it. It's so good.
Too bad you don't have Sinister Claw.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any Sinister Claw.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's just the death set, and I mean I have one Sinister Cloth. I could make that, but I kind of don't want to.
You want to save it for yourself.
Yeah, I want to save it for myself. I do.
Well, she still looks good.
Yeah, she do. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make sure that is strong enough body, because I'm not even sure if that's a particularly good body. I'll probably just leave it as is, but I want to see what the stats on this are because I completely forgot to.
It's decent.
Uh,
You've probably got better from the Zynagiva.
yeah, Zynagiva does have better stats, but
And you can't upgrade these, huh?
No, cat
That's
stuff does not
weird.
get upgraded.
I mean, they also don't die, so I guess it's fair.
I do like this armor though. It's nice armor at the very least.
Oh yeah, both of my accounts, my cats are dressed as this with coloring on to make them themed after the characters they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Gonna go for the whole yellow because it's Tau thing. Oh, whoops. I accidentally undid it. I do that like every time I go to change.
Yeah, like the
stuff.
fact that you have to literally press confirm feels weird.
I don't know what's up with me doing that. Okay, but yeah, no, there's my cat. There's Tau. She a pumpkin now.
She's spooky.
We both spooky.
Yep. The spookiest.